Details there.
Well, thanks, Leanne. Indeed, as promised, we cross back now to our reporter, Vanessa Poonah, keeping an eye on the situation. She was in Khayelitsha earlier on, did say she'd be driving around just to see what is happening further on. And Vanessa, it's back to you. Please tell us where you are right now and what's happening. Right, it seems Vanessa cannot quite hear me there. She has moved her position as promised that she would be taking a drive. And we are talking to some of the protest action on the Cape Flats. We were told this would be a 3-day shutdown and it had affected traffic quite badly yesterday and again disrupting traffic this morning. Vanessa Poonah on the ground for us. Vanessa, over to you.
Yes, so good morning to you again, Sakina. I'm standing here in Malibu Village. It's an area just opposite Mfuleni here on the Cape Flats, where behind me, and I'll step out of shot for just a second, you can see, as I understand it, a bus, a Golden Arrow bus that was gutted in the early hours of this morning. The scene's still active, police still on the scene as well as paramedics. And also behind us on the traffic island over there, you can see a contingent of police and Metro Police monitoring the situation. It's unclear at this stage, Sakina, whether this incident is a part of the ongoing protest action which we've seen started yesterday, which led to a number of roads closed, as well as chaos on all the major highways around Cape Town. This morning we understand that roads were closed between Old Fora Road behind us, between Spine and Newway, as sporadic protests broke out. There have also been reports of stoning in various areas such as Kraaifontein, where we understand that one person has been killed in an accident. Also at this stage needs to be verified whether that accident was indeed as a result of the protest. But here in Malibu Village, quite a number of onlookers have started gathering. One of them is Mr. Morne de Klerk. He's the resident of Malibu Village. Mr. de Klerk, good morning to you. You've come out, I understand you would have seen the attack on this Golden Arrow bus here. As a member of this community, it's something that has left you unnerved, you say?
Yes, it left me because the reason why I'm 30 years here resident in Malibu Village and other areas next to us to come burn in our areas just have a concern of me, of my property valuation and whatever. And if I look deeper into the situation, if you look into this thing that happens today, in my perspective, political mind view, saying it's sending a message to our community, especially to the councillor who's staying around the corner, Jerome Fritz, who's a housing councillor. So in my view, they're sending a message to him, but the community as broad must suffer for this.
We understand that the flames, as the petrol bombs hit this bus, nearly burnt a section of that house over there as well.
Yes.
So you're saying that you as the community are not in agreement with the protest action. We understand that people are protesting for better quality services, toilets, housing, etc. So you're not opposed to the fact that people need these basic services, but you're saying you're opposed to the manner in which these protests are happening.
100%. I'm not against the protest because everybody needs housing. So if everybody going to protest and then burn the whole country down, there's no meaning to protest. That's why I'm saying they must come around the table and sit. But for me, as a resident, they do this to our community, it's a shame.
Thank you so much for speaking to me, Mr. Morne de Klerk, a community member here in Malibu Village. And behind us, you'll see, Sakina, just the shell of that bus that was gutted earlier this morning. Obviously, we need to clarify with police whether this is indeed part of the widespread and sporadic incidents of protesting we've seen taking place across communities in Cape Town since yesterday. And we understand that these protests will continue all the way through till Friday now. At this stage, we are still working to get hold of the organisation or organisations that may be involved in this protest action, just to get a sense from them exactly what the issues are at this stage and how it should be resolved.
Well, thank you so much, Vanessa Poonah, and SABC will keep you covered on that story throughout the morning. The agenda coming up between 9 and midday with Desiree Chauke, and I'm sure they will have some crossings to Vanessa as well.